start.
Okay, well then, hello everyone. Jordana from Rome, John Cabot University. Hi.
Hello, Jordana. Let's wait for just 1 minute. I will start by introducing you, of course, in Bulgarian, if you don't mind. Do you speak some Bulgarian?
Unfortunately not yet.
Then I'm inviting you to come here in Bulgaria in order to learn some words. Здравейте отново. Здравейте в презентацията на John Cabot University. Днес имаме удоволствието Джордана да ни разкаже малко повече за един от най-добрите американски университети в Европа, може би, и определено в Рим. Презентацията ще започне след 1 минута, както казах, за да може да дадем възможност на повече хора да се присъединят. Отново тук ще помагат моите колеги Ивелина и Катя. Задавайте своите въпроси в чат секцията и те ще се опитат да отговорят на част от тях по време на презентацията, но в края на съответната презентация ще имате възможност и да си зададете директно своите въпроси на Джордана. Jordana, now it's your turn. The stage is yours.
Thank you so much. So let me first introduce myself. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar with JCU. So I am a John Cabot alumna. So I graduated from International Affairs major almost 10 years ago now. I'm very fond of the institution, and I know John Cabot really well. So I had also the experience as a student. Therefore, if you have any questions, I will answer those at the end of this presentation, but feel free, speak as if I was a friend, because I was also on your side. So I totally, completely understand any doubt or, concerns about your future choice in university and for college. And I'm visits coordinator on campus, but I'm also a recruiter. So I've traveled extensively through Europe and Italy and visited many international schools, so met thousands of students like you are at the moment. So, John Cabot University. Well, we are a very unusual American university. Well, first of all, because we are a UBER campus. We're located in the city center, and we have 3 buildings, plus an art or studio art facility. And we actually reach now 1,500 students, and very international, a melting pot of language and cultures. We speak more than 30. And I would say why we are an American university, but a very unusual one, because of the internationality and the fact that there's a lot of confrontation and debate, and we really push students into critical thinking. However, our classes are really small. That's also another unusual thing that we have as an American university. And the internationality really pushed us together and towards, as I said, confrontation, and the fact that we are all in this together, and also encourages a really close relationship with the professors as the classes are small. And why choosing us? Well, because we're different. We're just not the standard typical American university. And at the same time, we are from the fact that we issue American degrees, that we are accredited, and that everything is taught in English. So this incredible, unusual combination, it's rare. There's mostly US students and, also a percentage of Italians and international students. Actually, with the spring semester, I would say more international than the other 2. And then we have among our student population, full-time students, gap year student transfer, and study abroad. So it's nice because there's a part of the student population that remains as it is for 4 years, and a part that gets renewed every semester. So you get to meet new people every semester. And the benefits are many, but specifically that you're centrally located in Europe, and you could also immerse into Italian culture and language. You can study languages, you know, in parallel with any major that you choose. And of course that, you know, you get to learn and discover other people's stories and background as they come from all over the world. Also, you're in Rome, so another benefit is that you get to enjoy a beautiful city, and being centrally located allows you to go pretty much anywhere. Everything is walking distance, so it comes in handy, let's put it that way, to just be in the city center of such beautiful city, which is a capital. And as you can see, these are our facilities. So we've got, starting from the right, the Critelli, Tiber, and then the third dot on the left is nearby the river is our Guarini campus. So we have three. We started from Guarini, that was like more into academics and faculty. We built it Tiber in 2008-9, and then Critelli just 3 years ago. And then the other three dots on closer to the blue part are the three main residence options. And then we have independent housing scattered all over the neighborhood. And so we have also plenty to offer in terms of housing. We also have that facility across the Tiber River, which is for art history and studio art students. But for example, I also enjoyed going to the studio art because I did some graphic design or photography. Those were intensive classes living from that facility. And there we have the resources for you to really enjoy art, do vernissages, exhibitions. There's a lot of art around Rome, of course, but also that permeated through John Cabot as an institution. We love to spread arts and humanities as well on top of the other subjects. And, you know, let's look a bit into these three campuses. As you can see, they have very different styles. We start with Critelli. All of them have classes, by the way. So all of them have the opportunity for you to just sit in a class in that building. And that's why the classes, if you take them consecutively, they never overlap. They always have a 15 minutes break. So you can go from one building to the other, actually. And so this is just Critelli, very classical building, very massive. It's an early 20th century building, so it has one specific type of architecture. And then Tiber, which is where we have our lovely cafeteria, and it's very modern. It looks like a school versus, you know, of course, a massive campus. But it's where it's really focused on students. So the only two offices and stuff you have there is immigration and student services. So, and some professor studios. So it's really focused on us, on students. I say us because I still feel like I'm a student most days, even though I'm a staff member. And so you have most of your classes at Tiber, but still have some, you know, three campuses. And then this is Guarini. Guarini is an oldie. It's a very traditional Italian campus. It used to be a convent in the 1970s. And when we got the campus, we renovated and turned it into a university. And then we placed the libraries inside, sort of an auditorium that we call the Aula Magna. It's more into academics and more formal events, but again, there's classes. A thing that we love about Guarini is terraces. So it's open spaces because it's very enjoyable, and you really have a peace and quiet that allows you to study really well. And, you know, I mentioned the studio art, and this is some of our spaces in the studio art. So there's student painting, live painting, doing some graphic, fresco painting, photography. The things I've mentioned happen in the spaces, and it's lovely because there's some dedicated to our art history and studio art students. Which are very dedicated and very eager. And we have a lot of our around campuses, a lot of paintings of them are actually in Tiber Cafeteria or around, especially when they do exhibitions. So we try and spread art as much as we can. And now academics in general, because it's a very important topic. First of all, we have 14 majors and 20 minors. So on top of our majors, they all turn into minors. On top of those, we have other 6. While we have, these majors and minors, because we built up over the years departments for those. And we really thought and came up with this major so they could be, well made and offer a lot to John Cabot students. For example, when we added psychologists, it took us years to add a new major because we wanted to structure it pretty well. Of course, the American education system is very flexible and very dynamic, especially as we are a liberal arts university. So it really allows you to combine a major with a minor. They could be related or totally unrelated in terms of the subject area. A major with more than one minor, up to 3. No minor at all, so you could just choose a major, which is the area you're going to graduate in, or a double major. And, each major works that way. There's introductory classes, core curriculum, and electives. And this 3 component really allows you to create your own unique major. So the major will be customized, let's put it that way. So it's not an imposed curriculum, but there's some mandatory classes and another half, or if not more, that are up for you to choose. And this way you could include other subjects. Like in the major electives, there's 4 or 5 classes that we indicate the area, but not the class. And then another 4 or 5 that are completely free that you can pick and choose from any other departments. So you could totally do a business administration major with a communication minor, they're pretty much related, or psychology, but you could also bring some psychology or communication inside your own major. So if you don't want to do a minor, there's always opportunities for you to diversify. A double major instead, how's it works? Well, that's actually pretty easy and clever. Instead of, starting a degree, then finishing it, and then, starting another degree all over again, the American education system offers this opportunity of doing the introductory classes once, split up in the core curriculum of each major, and then try to mix and match in the electives. This will save you time and will give you the opportunity to be able to complete 2 majors, so 2 parallel subjects in about 4 years. That's great, because the farther you choose your majors to be from, the most unique combination you come up with. So it's super interesting to have a business administration and a art history double major. That's really, really, really interesting combinations come out of it. And students have a lot of fantasy and a lot of different wishes and dreams. And so to be able to combine them, it's really nice. Another thing that we have is the Institute of Entrepreneurship that supports the business or international business degree and the entrepreneurship minor. But even if you don't choose the minor, the Institute of Entrepreneurship is there to support you and, just help you develop your business idea or idea of a startup, a brand, whatever. And it's really nice because they invite guests over for seminars and for you to understand what really doing business means. And our support system. So let's look at the bigger picture. I come at John Cabot, but how do I go through it? I've never experienced the American education system before. So first of all, once you're inside, we help you writing in English and teach you how to write English. So you go through some introductory classes like mathematics, like English itself, like some humanities, fine arts, or science. And this helps you build up a vocabulary and then create a basis, which is more or less similar for all students. It's not a foundation year, but it's just a first introductory semester / year where, you start little by little and you create the basis for your mandatory classes and your electives, which will be at a higher level. We start 100, 200, and then we move 300, 400. Like a tower, like a video game where you unlock the other levels. And it's nice because in case you have issues with the subject, of course, you have your own mentor or what we call advisor that's assigned to you from your major area. He or she will be a professor that's going to help you register for classes and advise on what to do semester by semester. And then also a writing center, a math tutoring center, a foreign language resource center, appointments with librarians that help you nail down your research. And of course, our Dean of Academics or students and any other professor that you feel like you want to talk with. So any professor that makes you feel at ease, everyone is very welcoming and very flexible here. Sometimes I had discussions with professors over lunch in Tiber Cafeteria or right after class or before. You could go to their office hours and discuss something that is not quite clear or receive help or tutoring also from them. But we also have the other centers that I mentioned to help succeed in your academic path at JCU. And another opportunity is for you to go on a direct exchange program. So starting from your second semester, if you've completed certain requirements, or if not, your second year, you could go and study abroad in other American universities in Europe, about in between 20 and 25 universities in the US, and South Korea and Japan. You could do this experience once, either one semester or a year. And it's wonderful because you continue paying John Cabot tuition. So that's our direct exchange program. That's why it's called direct. You could also go and study abroad independently if you wish, and we'll still support you. But at that point, you have to talk to the destination university. But still, it's a great opportunity, and we encourage students to, go beyond and get out of their comfort zone, and of course, try and go somewhere else and expand their curriculum, their horizons. Of course, your advisor will make sure that your classes do transfer, so that you actually you're able to then transfer them back when you come here, when you come back here at John Cabot. And, there's a lot of campus life. There's housing. Of course, we do offer housing in the same neighborhood. You can be housed with JCU, or you could be housed externally. But in case you have everything included. You have cleaning once a week in common areas. You have, maintenance, electricity, Wi-Fi, a residential life, RAs living inside your own building. You have a security number, active 24/7, an emergency number. And then you have doctor on call, always 24/7, doctor on campus twice a week. And you have a dean of students and health and well-being office there to support you. We have three main: the Gianicolo residence, which is the building we own, our main residence, Lungara Apartments, and Trastevere. But on top of those, we also have the independent apartments. They're not really independent because they're not John Cabot apartments. They're just scattered around the neighborhood. So that's why we call them independent apartments, because we maybe rent 3 or 4 inside the building. So we didn't label them as residence options, but they're always John Cabot apartment that we look over, rent, and take care of. And of course, we involve everyone during orientation, so the students all get to know each other. And so they're all part of residential life and campus life together. But of course, being housed in one of the residence options, it's very nice because you get to live campus life better. You're closer, and you can be part of all activities even up to late, because you'll be able to then go back to your residence option walking for 5-10 minutes. Inside one of the main residences, there's also a free gym for all JCU students. And then we also have an amazing athletics department that offers, for you to practice and be part of football, which is soccer, volleyball, basketball, and cheerleading teams, and then to play any other sports that you might like. And also both student services and athletics organize trips and activities of a different kind for you to be involved in student life and campus life. Inside Tiber, you have Tiber Cafeteria, where you can either, pay cash or purchase meal plans options. And we have this wonderful menu that changes every day, offers a lot of options, and covers all dietary needs. And it's a Tiber Cafe. It's a place where we gather, where a lot of the social thing happen. Also, like, Thanksgiving dinner or Halloween lunch, because we celebrate both calendars. So there's really a space for you to enjoy. And part of campus life is also clubs and organizations. This is clubs and organizations that we have at the moment. Hopefully, we hope we're going to bring back Drama Club, so the Theater Society soon. Unfortunately for COVID, we had to pause that. But there's a lot of initiatives that you can be part of, and being part of a club, it's for fun, yes, but it's also, a way for you to actually become responsible, be part of a team, learn some basic skills that will be of help for a future job or for your future career, and engage with the community, get to know new students. It's the same reason why you participate to orientation. You just continue this by joining a club and being part of John Cabot community. We're a really tight community, and we love doing events and organizing things together. And as I mentioned before, cultural trips and activities that student services organizes, weekends out. The same goes for athletics department, One side is hiking, sailing, and excursions outdoor, and the other side is cultural activities or meditation or museums trips, which will really help you immerse into the Italian culture and Roman culture. And as I said, the other sports that you can play with athletics. So you can read them here. And it's also nice to engage, with the city by doing these activities, networking, getting to know other students from other universities or other institutions. It's a way to get to know people and, again, be part of the community. Very important. We think it's essential to give back. So you could also, join community service. And so be part of the John Cabot community and the Roman community, being a local by helping, serving food to the homeless, teaching English to foreigners, help, rescued women, and, just be part of the community and the neighborhood, and just donate for what you will receive in return. The services I mentioned before were part of health and well-being, included in housing, but also accessible to all JCU students. We like to remind everyone that we're there. These are not easy times. So we want to remind our students that there's support in any way they want, through a phone call, through a video call, in person, through session with psychologists or psychiatrists, through just like meditation groups or support groups that could just help them ease whatever is it that they're feeling. Sometimes, guys, you feel homesick. Sometimes you feel lonely. It's normal. Sometimes you struggle with your academics, and it's important that you speak out. And in order to speak up, you just have to join one of these activities and just feel better. And we know it's important, so we want you to know that it's there. This is a service that we offer anytime. Okay, also, what is important is that, why did I mention network before? Because that's essential, and we want you to network with other students, but at the same time, we also want to push you into having an internship or having a work experience while you are here in Rome at John Cabot. And so, as you can see, we have a Center for Career Services that offers 3 career fairs per year. They're just not just informative, but they're actually opportunities for you to have interviews with representatives sent by companies that we partner with, almost 700 companies now. And an internship is not mandatory, but it's just right there for you as the direct exchange program. I really encourage you to go out of your comfort zone and, experiment and believe in yourself and, send a CV and have an interview, because you never know where that might lead you. Our partners search for international students. So John Cabot students are perfect because they speak English and other languages. They have a very open mindset, and they're really ready to engage and to have job opportunities. And we hope that John Cabot is going to help you achieve that. So also stop by the Career Services Center, which is in Critelli, and ask once you're here at JCU. Just to have you look at some names. We have both startups and really big names and companies, international organizations in Rome. We cover Rome, but also the rest of Italy, sometimes Spain and the UK, or remotely the US. So really, while you are a student, the offer is of course for internships or internship for credit programs. And then the offer grows while you graduate and become an alumna. I still receive job offers from the Career Services Center, and I work at John Cabot. So I'm always before an alumna and then after a staff member, so I'm always considered part of all the services that John Cabot offer. And then finally, admissions, how to apply. Very simple, through Common App or directly through our website. And, you register as if it was a social network. So you put in your general information. And then first step will be for you to upload an essay, a presentation essay or admissions essay, where you tell us who you are, where have you been so far, what are your interests, what you want to do at John Cabot. It's a 600 words essay. You submit your application. And then we receive it and, we'll, process it and give you the opportunity to then upload the other documents we need, which are official transcripts and diploma, which are, 1 or 2 recommendation letters, either from one of your professors, both from your professor, or one professor and one from the head of the school, or sometimes also a professor and someone external, like a tutor, a mentor, someone you volunteered with, worked for, as long as they're not family or friends. And then proof of English. So for international students, we need a C1 international levels English certificate, because that's our only requirement. There's no entry test for John Cabot, but there's that. And then at the end, an interview via phone or Skype or in person if you come for a campus visit. I'm also campus visits coordinator, and sometimes we also have our interviews in person. So you can come discover the campus and email me. I'll tell you more at the end. And financial aid. We offer financial aid to above 80% of our students. So we will encourage you to apply. We have merit-based and need-based. It can be combined, and usually we reach up to 50% of tuition, which is 19,000 euros per year. So that's really good financial aid. And there's also some external scholarships and other scholarships that you can find on our website, but definitely applied. And the earlier the better, of course, because we will be able to, be more flexible and just process your financial aid requests ahead of time. And the next approaching deadline is March 1st for your application. So if you'll be able to make it, give it a try. If not, we also go on a rolling basis. So feel free to send in your application whenever you feel ready. What do we do after John Cabot? Well, there's a great alumni network, and a lot of students decided to go and have a first working experience before doing their master's. Some others went directly to their master's, like for example, I did. And this is some names of universities that our students move forward after John Cabot. And as you can see, our rate of employment is really, really high, because I think John Cabot gives you a mindset and a preparation that will really help you within the job market. It really helped me. It really changed who I was and open up in my mind, but also give me the practical skills that made me attractive for a future job. And how we managed COVID. Well, right now, hopefully the situation has improved, and hopefully is going to get better and better. But I just wanted to mention this. We were very attentive, very responsible. You really took this seriously, and we, as you can see, social distance, had mask and thermal scanning. However, we remained open because unless we were in a red zone, because we also didn't want it for students to detach completely from reality. And so we went on this hybrid model, but there's so having remote options, however, being in class and offering the full curriculum available, but we're hoping to go back to in presence only, because we are in presence university. We want you to be part of the community safely, but we want you to be here and actually attend John Cabot in person, because that's what we've always been. We've never been an online university. And so going back to how you can actually contact us. Well, you can email us at admissions@johncabot.edu for any questions. I'm going to read the question that you sent, if someone sent any right now. Or you can also contact me directly at visits@johncabot.edu. So visit, plural, visits@johncabot.edu. And we're going to schedule an in-person meeting with a campus tour. And so that you can learn more about the admissions process and discover campuses.
Thank you, Giordana. Very nice presentation.
Thanks to you. I don't know if there's any questions.
Not so far, but we're waiting. We have some.
Of course. Also, I forgot to mention this, but we usually also offer students the opportunity to sit in a class. We went back to offering that. So if students let us know a bit in advance, I'll be able to also have them sit in 1 or 2 classes so that they actually see how is John Cabot in person, besides touring, the campuses, they might also discover if they actually like the class or the subject. So it could be a nice, way of understanding if they like John Cabot, if they feel attracted by the institution and by the academic system and program. So, I mean, we're open.
Yeah, very nice opportunity indeed. One question.
Yeah.
If you can tell more about the scholarships, Boriana is asking.
Of course. Well, so the way we evaluate students for scholarships, as I said before, it's based on need. So your family status, that you send financial aid. And then there's an application online for the merit-based part. It's nice because at JCU, you can combine the two. So you can apply for both at the same time, family need and academic merit. And by putting the two factors together, we evaluate on a case-by-case basis how much we can offer each student. The academic merit, it's based on your grades, but not only, that's why we ask for recommendation letters, for a presentation essay, and we like to meet student in person. So also then, if it's not possible, an interview at the end of the process, because we really want to get to know students. So it's not just about their GPA, but I would say it's about, them 360. So we really want to understand who they are. And so this plays a huge factor in our financial aid. And then we also award 3 full scholarships. So those were partial scholarships, but to each incoming full class, we award 3 full scholarships just based on merit. So there's also a chance for that. And on top of that, we also have some transfer scholarships, either full or partial for the spring semester. As in the American education system, you can come in fall or in spring. The 2 semesters are equal. So you can graduate in December or in May. It doesn't really change much for us. So it's also very flexible there. So I really encourage you to apply because the chances of getting a scholarship are quite high.
Good. There's another question. What is the range of the fees? So the tuition fees.
Yeah, so the fee is 19,000 euros per year, and usually maximum we offer is around 50% off. That's, of course, there's a range. It's not always 50% off, but usually that's most what we reach.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any other question? Don't be shy. I'm also going to leave the email in the chat. General email you see here, but also I'm just going to leave visits at so that you have it, and you can email me. Of course, we can also have a one-to-one info session or a guided virtual tour if you cannot come in person. But if you want to discuss anything further, we can have a one-to-one info session on Zoom, so that we can discuss in detail something that is not clear or that you want more explanations on. Just feel free to schedule one. Again, you can email admissions or visits, it's the same, and we're going to set up one.
Cool.
Well, it seems that your presentation was very clear.
Well, I'm happy about that.
In any case, we will send a follow-up email with most of the information regarding
Great.
the documents needed for application, and also this presentation recorded.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think that if no other questions, we can close this session. And I would like to invite all the students that are interested into the presentation of Louis University to jump into the next presentation link. In 25 minutes, it will start. But for the time being, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. It was really nice. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to our presentation. Hope to get in contact soon. And again, feel free. Bye.
Yeah.
Good day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.